Do you catch yourself overthinking things all the time? Today, we gon' fix that. What up, homie? My name's Dave, and I put out new videos every Friday to help regular dudes get the girls they want and the lifestyles they dream about. Today, you're gonna learn how overthinking destroys your confidence and how to eliminate it so you can start living life like a badass. I'll give you some strategies to stop it before it happens and how to fix it in the moment when it does pop up. Let's get into it.
For so long, I've been trying to get you out of my head. Oh yeah.
So one of the biggest dangers of overthinking is that it creates massive self-doubt. You're a lot more apt to give into your fears rather than to have faith in yourself. So instead of seeing that girl and say, you know what, I'm gonna go up and approach her and see what happens, you start overthinking about all the potential scenarios where you could fail, and then you end up bitching out and doing nothing. This compounds over time and it seeps into other areas of your life. So it's not just approaching girls, it's making big decisions. And as it compounds, you start making less and less progress in important areas of your life because you consistently go for the safe route instead of the route that's actually gonna help you to grow. The result is you severely limit your growth, you keep overthinking, and you start to see yourself as a lower and lower value man. The crazy part though is just by making one big decision with faith in yourself and deciding I'm gonna move in, that can really change everything for you. Like for me, a decision that I overthought a lot was whether or not I should move to Vietnam at the beginning of my digital nomad journey. I was trying to think through all the possible outcomes. If I bought the plane ticket, like would I be able to make it work? Would I be able to have success with online business? Would I struggle and have to move back home? What was gonna happen? But with some help from a friend, I decided to have some faith in myself. So I bought the plane ticket and it really started the whole journey that I'm on now. The crazy thing is, as soon as I bought that ticket, I immediately felt so much more powerful in my life and in myself. But I know that making that big decision can be really difficult, especially if you're so used to overthinking everything. So let's take a look at some ways that you can stop it once and for all.
Morning comes and night messed up again. 'Cause we're doing everything wrong. I don't know and I don't understand.
So the first thing we're gonna talk about is how to stop overthinking before it happens. And one of the best ways to do that is to break out a pen and paper or even the notes app on your phone and write down some things that you consistently overthink. Maybe it's approaching that sexy girl. Maybe it's buying a plane ticket. Maybe it's investing in yourself. Write these all down. Next, I want you to write all the things that can go right and the things that can go wrong if you make that decision. What you'll typically find is that there's a lot more that can go right rather than can go wrong. So for example, if it's approaching a girl, what can go right is you meet your next potential girlfriend, you meet an awesome girl that you hook up with, you have a great conversation, you learn a bunch, and you get better. As for what can go wrong, maybe you have a 15, 20, 30-second awkward conversation and you get rejected and you're still alive 1 minute later. What you're gonna find is a lot of times what you perceive as risky is not really risky at all. Matter of fact, usually it's more risky to not make the decision rather than to just move in. So yeah, write out what can go right and what can go wrong for these things that you overthink. And this is gonna train you to think positively instead of negatively. And whenever you think you're about to be exposed to these situations, look back at this list. Remind yourself that a lot of what you think is bullshit. And speaking of making decisions with very little risk, one great decision you can make right now is to smash that like button and hit the subscribe button. The good side is that it's gonna help the YouTube algorithm and help your favorite YouTuber keep on plugging along. The bad side really is nothing. So yeah, hit that like button and that subscribe button. I really appreciate it, bro.
Feel my head is going in circles, there's so much I'm holding it. But tonight I'm going out, ironically I'm going in.
One of my favorite ways to overcome overthinking, and bro, I think you're gonna love this one, is what I call the Jamoke Test. And the Jamoke Test basically comes down to asking yourself a simple question anytime you catch yourself overthinking. Is there any real danger here? Or am I just being a Jamoke right now? And for those of you who don't know what the word Jamoke means, basically it's being a useless person, like an idiot. So yeah, going back to that approach example, you see a girl you want to talk to, then all these excuses start popping into your head. What if she rejects me? What if the people around us judge me? What if she doesn't like me? That's when you say, hold up. Is there any real danger here? Like what's the worst that's gonna happen if I approach this girl? Oh, just like a quick 10-second rejection? all right, I'm just being a Jamoke right now, time to move in. Let's say you're thinking about moving to a bigger city, but then all these things pop into your head. What if I lose my job out there? What if I can't make any friends? What if I fail and I have to move back home? That's when you say, hold up. Is there any real danger here? Probably not. Is this gonna force you to grow? Definitely. So stop being a Jamoke, let's move in. By calling yourself out in the moment, you can stop overthinking and being a Jamoke and start taking decisive action that's gonna change your life. So take a walk, get out the house, breathe, throw a mask on for Dr. Fauci, get a little vitamin D and let it go. Save the screen time, don't even check your phone. So these are two of my favorite habits and I do them almost every single morning. The way I do it is I go for a long, probably like 15, 20, 25-minute walk, listen to some good music, maybe a podcast, and just sort of think about life, what I'm trying to accomplish, and visualizing a bit of my success. And at the end of it, I sit down and write a 5-minute journal, which is basically a brain dump. I talk about kind of what's going through my head. This helps me to get any anxious thoughts I have out on paper so I can stop thinking about them, and the combination of the walk and the journal just kind of helps me to clear my head overall. Just doing these two simple habits alone is gonna help you to start living a more intentional life, start being more decisive in your day-to-day, and stop letting all these crazy thoughts and anxious thoughts run you from behind the scenes. All it takes is 15 to 20 minutes, bro. Go and take a walk.
She might feel the same, get out there, get your shit together. Then you can say at least I've tried. With the first step, move on up, don't let it slip.
Now let's talk about my favorite way to overcome overthinking when it pops up in the moment. And that is the 5-second rule. So whether it's a big decision like making a travel plan or a small decision like approaching a girl, when that overthinking starts popping up, just start counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when you get to 1, go up and take action. So it might be going up and walking towards a girl. It might be deciding yes or no. But the key here is you're giving yourself power. You're allowing yourself to make that decision rather than giving into your fear. And in the same way that overthinking compounds negatively, this decisiveness is gonna compound positively, force you to start having more faith in yourself, and that's gonna change everything. Now bro, if you want more help to increase your confidence, then check out this playlist right here. It's really gonna help you to do that. Let's keep it going. I'll see you right there, homie.